Hey guys, this is MrCrayfish and welcome back to my redstone tutorials. So this is a very special tutorial today. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build an elevator. Now I published a video I think about 2 months ago showing you a proof of concept, and what I basically said in that video is I wanted to compact this elevator down so it would be much easier to build it in survival. Now I'm sure you guys want to see how this works, so let's go ahead and let's test it out now. So we have two buttons here, one's to go up, one's to go down. You can put a sign above them if you want to. So let's go ahead, let's stand in the elevator shaft here and press the up button. We're then going up now. And now we're on the second level. We can then go down by pressing the left button here. So press the down button. And here we are back at the ground level. Now a really cool thing about this elevator, let's just go into game mode C real quickly. If we go ahead and we're on the second level here, if you want to request the elevator, simply just press the up button and the elevator will come up to the second level here. If we're at the bottom here and it's not down, we can just press the down button and we can bring the elevator down. So how epic is that? Now this tutorial is quite advanced and you're going to have to pay close attention if you want to get this working correctly. Now I'm going to show you guys how to build this, and I'm actually going to be doing this in 2 sections. So the first part is basically just going to be all the construction, so placing down the blocks, placing down all the redstone stuff, and then the second part is going over all the timings, and that is a really important bit, so make sure you follow really closely on that one. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to build this now. So the materials you're going to need is 35 redstone dust, 21 redstone repeaters, 2 redstone comparators, 4 hoppers, 2 droppers, 8 pistons, 10 sticky pistons, 2 redstone blocks, 4 stone buttons, 2 fence gates, 14 slime blocks, 2 obsidian, and 192 blocks of your choice, or in other words, 3 stacks. So the first thing that we're going to do is create the frame for the elevator, and this is going to allow you to position it a whole lot easier in your house or underground cave. So let's say we want the elevator to be here. This is where you'd be going up and down. You want to come back 1 block, and then you want to go to the left 2 blocks. Place a block down, so get out your blocks of choice, and then place a block there. We're then going to go 4 blocks to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, place a block there. Now extend these blocks up 3 more blocks, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we're simply going to place 3 blocks in between the top ones like so. Now you want to come up onto the top of this, and what we're going to do is the exact same thing. So what you want to do this time is place 4 blocks on this one, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on this side 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the same in between the top ones, place 3 blocks. And you should have something that looks like this. Now get your buttons, and what we're going to do is place them on the inside of each layer. So we're going to have one on the left and then the right, so this is the first layer. Then place it on the second layer exactly the same, and it should look like that. Now behind these 2 buttons, what we're going to do is we're going to create some pillars. So we're simply going to place a block behind the button here, and then we're going to go all the way to the top, and then stop just before the top block here. Do that on the other side as well. Now I've got some digging to do, so we're going to be digging a 5 wide by 8 long by 3 deep hole, and we're going to start at a special place. So what you want to do is get out a spade or something, and we're going to start at this bottom left corner here, just in front of this column here. So you want to dig out that block, and then we're going to dig 4 to the right. Now this is a little bit confusing here, but what we're going to do is, say this is 1, we're going to dig 7 more this way here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're then going to dig 4 to the left here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then dig back to the start. And then simply dig out all these blocks in between. and then dig this down 2 more layers. Now we've got a special spot at the back we need to dig out, so what you want to do is face towards the back here, and we're going to go to this top left corner, and what you want to do is dig out these 3 blocks here and then go back 1 more. So like that, and then just dig this back 1 more layer, and then do that exactly the same on the other side. So those 3 there, back 1, and then dig it a layer back. Now on this right side, what we're going to do is actually do a special case here. So you want to dig out these 3 right there, and then 3 more backwards, and it should look like that. Now that we've done the digging, we can start the redstone. So what you want to do is come to the back here, and what we're going to do is place a line of blocks all the way at the back here. Now the second one before the end here, we're going to leave a space and then place a block like so. Then we're going to place another line in front of these blocks, and then do exactly the same before the last one here, leave a space and then place a block. We're then going to get our dropper, and what you want to do is in the center here, go right to the back, then we're going to go to the left here and place it on this block facing towards the front. We're then going to go in front of this dropper here, we're going to go 2 blocks to the right. We're going to place our other dropper on this block here, but make sure it's facing towards the back. Then get your hoppers and make sure you're crouching. Right click the side of this hopper here, then the back of this hopper, and then do that exactly the same on this way. So on that side and on the back of that hopper. Now down in these holes that we missed, we're actually going to place some redstone. So place redstone down in those holes, and then place a block of your choice on top of them. Coming out of this hopper here on the right, we're going to place a redstone comparator going into that block we just placed, and then the same on the other side. After this block, place a piece of redstone dust, then to the right here, place a block, redstone dust on top. We're then going to place 2 redstone repeaters, so facing towards the right here, place 2 down like so, going back into this dropper here, and again do the same on the other side, so redstone, except for this time we don't need to place that extra block, just have redstone going to the right like that. Then place 2 redstone repeaters going into that dropper. Above this repeater over here, we're going to place a block on top of it, so make sure you crouch and then right click, place redstone on top of that block. On this side, place a block above this comparator, and then we're going to place 2 redstone on top of these blocks here, so 1 there, then 1 there. Now after this, we're going to place a block on top of this hopper here, then same on the other side, just place 1 just after that block, and then you can place your sticky piston on top of that block facing upwards. Now come back down into the hole, and what we're going to do is place down our regular pistons. So this is really simple. Come to this middle hopper here, or it's basically in the middle of the contraption here. Place it down facing towards the front like that. Now make sure you're crouching. Then we're going to go in front of this piston here, face downwards, and then place a piston here facing upwards. We're then going to leave a space and then place another piston here facing upwards, and then you basically just want to mirror this. So we need to get a piston on this side here, so we're simply going to place a block there, piston there facing towards the back, and now it's mirrored. Now we need to power these pistons, so what we need to do is come over to this right side here, and coming out of this block, this repeater is on here. We're going to place a redstone repeater facing towards the front, dig out the block just after the repeater here, and then place a sticking piston facing upwards, block on top. Then we're going to place 2 redstone after it, and then 1 to the right. We're then going to place a redstone repeater here going into the regular piston. Then we're going to place a repeater facing towards the back here. We're then going to lead this piston here into a block. After this block, place a sticky piston facing upwards, block on top, redstone on this block we just placed before, and then to the left of this piston here, block down, and then a redstone repeater going into that piston there. Now we need to power the other 2 pistons, so come to the left side here, and coming out of this block here, which this comparator is on, repeater facing towards the front, Then after it, dig out the block, sticky piston down, block on top, and then to the left of this block here, place a repeater going into that piston there. We're going to place a repeater after this block, again going towards the front. Dig out the block again, sticky piston down in that hole, facing upwards, block on top, another repeater, then we're going to place a block after that and one to the left, 2 redstone on top, and then behind this piston here, place a block. Now we're going to create the top pistons. So what we need to do is come back to the back here. Now I've noticed I've misplaced this piston here. What we've got to do is just destroy that and then just destroy the block below. Now don't worry that it goes into the hoppers here. Make sure you get it out of this dropper though. You then want to destroy this redstone here and then place the sticky piston on top of that block there, facing upwards. Now on top of the sticky pistons we want to place our slime blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place one on here so I can get down a little easier. But then we want to create 7 high pillars on top of each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're just going to jump down, and that might not have been the best idea. Then place our remaining 6 on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then at the top we're going to place our block of redstone. And then after that, towards the front, we're going to place one of our blocks of obsidian. And then we're going to jump over to this one here. So place your redstone on top of that block, and then a bit of obsidian going to the front. Now we're going to head down to the bottom. So let's just head down there right now and get your blocks of choice. And what we want to do is go to this back regular piston here and place an 11 high stack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then place one going towards the front. Now in front of this obsidian on the left here, we're going to place a sticky piston facing upwards. So just behind it, like we did with the redstone there, place the sticky piston facing upwards. On this side, we're actually going to place a block and then the sticky piston. Then come back to this side and we're going to place 2 blocks in front of the piston and then a sticky piston at the end here, facing again upwards. Then the same on this side, block after that, all 2 of them, and then a block at the end here facing upwards. On top of the sticky pistons, place a block of your choice. Now we want to place a block next to these pistons coming towards the center. So one here, one there, and last one here. Now get your repeaters, and what we're going to do is we're going to start on this right side here. So turn around, and we're going to place a repeater on this obsidian, then one after it, 2 in between here, and then 2 on these blocks here. So one there and one there. Actually, don't put one there, or we're not going to have enough. Destroy that and then place a bit of redstone. Come over to this side here. We're then going to place a bit of redstone on this obsidian here. Then 2 in between. This is where that 2 in between was supposed to go. Then one there going towards the center, and then the last one right here. Now ignore this sticky piston. I think I gave myself an extra one during cuts, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Now what we're going to do is place down our last 4 regular pistons. So what you want to do is place one to the right of this block here, facing towards the front. So make sure you go back as far as you can, and then place it to the right of that block so it's facing towards the front. We're going to place one to the right of this block here. So again, go back as far as you can. This one facing towards the back. What we're then going to do is place a block on top of this block here. Well, 2 of them to be exact. And then you want to destroy the one under it. Then we're going to do this on the same side as well. So place one in front of this repeater here, then one on top, and then destroy the one under it. We're then just going to come down to this ledge here and place a piston facing downwards, and then the same for this one as well. Then destroy the blocks above it. We're then going to go down to the bottom, and I'm just going to safely travel down right here. Ow! And what you want to do is come to this front regular piston here, place a block on top of it. Then what we want to do is place a block in between these 2 bottom blocks here, so one there, and then we want to stack 9 up on top of this front block here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then come back on this ledge and then place the 9th one. You should have a gap in between this top piston here and the block we just placed. Now we're going to head down and do the buttons. Don't die. Oh god, I've broken my ankles about 1 billion times in this tutorial. What you want to do is place a block under each of these columns here. So 1 there and 1 there. Then we're going to extend it towards the back 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3. On this first block here, we're going to leave 3 spaces upwards. So 1, 2, 3. And then on the 4th, place a block. Under that block, we're going to place a piece of dirt. Block going down 1 towards the back, and then just destroy the dirt there. We're then going to place a piece of dirt under this block here. Then go towards the center and go down 1 block, and then the last one going towards the back, down 1. Then get your redstone, place it on these 3 blocks here, then place it on the blocks going up to the top here. Do the same on the other side. So leave 3 spaces from this first one, and then block under it, block going down towards the back, dirt under that, block to the right going towards the center, and then going down 1 towards the back, and then redstone on these blocks. Now almost done. What we've got to do now is connect them up to these droppers here. So all we simply want to do is from this block here on the left, we want to place 1 going towards the back and then 1 down. Now make sure you're crouching or you'll open up the GUI. 2 redstone on those blocks. This side, what we're going to do is extend it 2 towards the back and then go down 1 and then place your 3 remaining redstone on those blocks. Now finally come back to the front, and what we're going to do is dig out, or actually first of all, best to do this now, place a line of blocks going from this block on these blocks that we place under these columns here. And then what you want to do is dig out these 2 blocks in the center here, a 2 high space, and then place your oak fence gates there. So 1 down and then 1 there. Then you can just open them up so you can actually stand in there. And that, guys, is the construction complete. Now we're going to move on to the second part, and this is configuring it all. So the first thing that we are going to do is configure the amount of levels this elevator is actually going to go up. Now this is going to be a static amount, so this is going to be 4 levels, so we need to get out 4 items which are non-stackable. So I'm just going to use 4 wooden swords. These are really cheap to get in survival. And then what we're going to do is place them down in this dropper here. So come to the right side and then open up this dropper here on the right side and stick them all in. So we're going to set the correct delay for each repeater, and you want to make sure that you pay close attention, because if you don't, your elevator is most likely not going to work. So head down into this left side here, and what we're going to do is this first one here, leave this as it is. This one here we're going to put to a 2-tick delay. This one to the right here, leave it as normal. This one back here, put it on a 3-tick delay. These 2 repeaters under these blocks here, we're going to do them to a 4-tick delay, so right click them 3 times. And then go to the right side here, and we're going to do exactly the same to those ones on this side. So click them 3 times. We're going to leave this one on a single tick delay, so don't touch it at all. We're going to leave this one on a single tick delay. This one we're going to set to a 2-tick delay, and then leave this one as is. You want to come to the top, and what we're going to do is at the front here, we're going to leave this at a single tick delay. This one to the right here, what we want to do is put that on a 2-tick delay. The ones behind it, we want to put them on a 2-tick delay each, and then leave this one on a single tick delay. These repeaters on the left here, leave that on a single. This one here, we want to set to a 4-tick delay, and then this one to a 3-tick. and then leave this on a single. Okay, so that should technically be it, and I'm very scared of testing this out. But before I do, what you might want to do first is fill in this gap in between basically the loop here. So you want to come down into this hole here, and we should be basically in between the pistons here. So on this block here, we just want to go and place blocks right to the top here. And again, this is basically just like essentially a backing for the elevator here. So as you can see behind those fence gates, now we have the logs, and now will be displayed each time we go up. So what we're going to do now is test this out. So remember, the right side is to go up, and then the left side here is to go down. If we just quickly press this left side here, it should do nothing at all. If we press the right side, it should start going up. Yes! Then we're going to quickly test the down function, because basically these two sides are different from each other. So we're going to press the down button here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. It works! So guys, that is the elevator. Now it's that point in the tutorial where I'm going to teach you guys how this works. So let's go ahead and let's start with the buttons here. So this right side sends the elevator up, and then this left side sends the elevator down. So when we press this right side here, it sends out a redstone signal, and this goes to this dropper here. So it powers this dropper, and what it does is it sends one of these swords out into this hopper over here. Now when there's an item in that hopper there, now if you don't know, comparators can detect if there's items in an inventory. So we have a sword in this hopper right here. So what that's going to do is it's going to send out a signal through this comparator here and power this 3 redstone here. And if you remember, there's actually a piece of redstone dust under this block here. That redstone dust is actually powering this block under the repeater here, which then allows this repeater to be powered. Under here we actually have a monostable circuit, so it sends out a quick pulse of redstone. So if you remember, there's a piston under this block, so it sends out a quick pulse of redstone. It triggers this repeater here, pushing this block up one, and if you remember at the top here, we actually have a space, so this repeater here can push the blocks up. Then we've also got a signal going towards the back here, but we have it on a delay, so we have it on a 2-tick delay. It then powers this redstone dust here. We then got another monostable circuit, so it sends out a quick pulse into this repeater here, which then pushes this block here to the left. Now obviously we push this up, and then there's a gap here now, so this repeater can put, or this piston here can push the blocks here towards the front. Now coming back over here, we have redstone going up here, powering this block, which then powers this piston here. This pushes all these slime blocks up, pushing this redstone block up to the top here, because once it's on this level, or I'm not going to place that block there, but once it's on this level here in line with the repeater, it's going to send out a signal, and again we have another monostable circuit. So it sends out the signal this way, powering this piston here. Now obviously we've just pushed these blocks towards the front, so we now have a gap here, so that means this piston can actually push down, so it pushes the blocks down. Then we have another repeater going towards this piston at the front, and because we just pushed this block under this piston down, there's a gap there now, and the block from this piston at the bottom here being pushed up, there's a block here now pushing them towards the back, and now we're back to our original state with that hole here. And now it does that 4 times, so it will push this elevator up 4 blocks so it gets to the second level here. This is because we're actually repowering the dropper here from these repeaters, so it does the same thing 4 times. These swords then get placed into the dropper on the left here. Now I'm not going to explain the left side as detailed as the right, because it's basically the same, just reversed. So again, we just power that dropper. On this left side here, it goes into this one over here. We detect if there's an item in it. If there is, we send out a signal, we then do exactly the same. If you remember, there's actually redstone under this block here. It powers these pistons down below, which do basically the reverse operation of the right side. We again then send a signal up to the top here, and again just the reverse operation, so we can go downwards. Now we can actually go ahead and cover this up. You can also decorate it if you want. So I'm just going to place blocks in front of it like so, and then I'm just going to place some at the top here, just so I can have a bit of a second level. Then you can simply just place blocks above this. Now there is some cases where you don't want to place it above, so where we have the monostable circuits, don't place a block right there. We want to make sure we have a gap in between. Don't place a block on that, because that's where a monostable circuit is. We can then place 2 like that, and don't cut off any redstone. On this side we can place 1 there, and we can place 2 there, and that should be good enough, and then just cover it up with a wall or something like that. And also what I like to do is actually replace these blocks on the inside here, so you can actually destroy these here and then place 3 different ones, just because I want a bit more contrast. And that looks really awesome. Now let's go ahead and let's test this out for real. So let's go ahead, stand in our elevator here, and let's press the up button. You'll notice that we're now going up. Then we can go down by pressing the down button. Now if we were on the second level, we can actually call the elevator to come up. So let's press the up button. And same goes, if the elevator's at the top there, we can actually press the down button to bring it down. So that's it guys, I'm going to be ending off this tutorial now. I want to say this was quite the challenge to build. I mean, there's so much complicated timing involved in this. If you get it wrong, it's actually going to stuff up the whole contraption. So make sure you follow closely and get all the timings right for the repeaters. If you want to show your appreciation for my dedication for creating these tutorials, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all my new tutorials, because I'm going to be posting a whole lot more in 2016. You guys love them and I love creating them. And also, if you have any ideas for redstone tutorials, let me know down in the comments below, because I have basically taken your guys' ideas in the past and created them into a contraption. So that's it, I will see you guys later. Bye bye!